Hi friends, my name is Krishna. Welcome back to my YouTube channel. Today's topic is going to be open item and non-open item managed accounts. What do you mean by open item and non-open item managed accounts? We need to understand this. This is also a very important topic. Before we learn about open item and non-open item managed accounts, I just wanted to recap about the previous, topic. What did we learn in our previous video? I said we need to maintain an open item tracker. We need to keep all the open items gathered from different accounts, and we need to do the follow-up. Why we need to do the follow-up? To get the corresponding entry. Once we get the corresponding entry, whatever entry previously posted has to be cleared with the corresponding entry. That is the ultimate objective. For example, let us say I have one supplier account, right? I have one invoice posted for $1,000. This was the invoice posted. I didn't get the corresponding entry. I did follow up. I got the corresponding entry. Corresponding entry is nothing but a payment entry. I followed up, ensured that my payment team is made the payment. Then the payment entry has come. Now what I'm supposed to do? This invoice against this payment I need to clear. I need to clear from the system. Similar way for customer accounts, similar way for GL accounts. The initial entry has to be cleared with the corresponding entry posted, as long as the amounts are matching again. How do we clear them? There are different codes. For example, supplier account, we use F-44 for clearing both debit and credit transactions. For customer accounts, we use F-32 for clearing debit and credit. For GL accounts, we use F-03. These are the T codes in general we use for clearing debit and credit entries. Clear so far? Now, what we need to understand is, you did the follow-up, you got the corresponding entry, you know which T code you are supposed to use to clear, everything is good. But most important thing what you need to understand is whether that particular account is allowing you to clear or not. What do you mean by account allowing you to clear or not? That is where this open item and non-open item managed accounts concept will come. If any account is set up in the database, that account should have been set up by giving an option to clear both debit and credit transactions. If that option was not given at the time of setting up that account, even though there is a debit and a credit and both the amounts are matching, system will not allow you to clear them from the system. So you need to identify whatever account you are going to do the reconciliation and do the follow-up, get the corresponding entries, and you need to clear. For clearing those debit and credit transactions, whether that particular GL account is allowing you to clear that or not. How do I know that this account is going to allow me to clear or not? That I am going to explain. For example, if an account is open item managed, it will allow you to clear. If the account is non-open item managed, it will not allow you to clear. How do I know whether it is open item managed or non-open item managed? Simple example I tell you. Very silly example, but it definitely gives you a clarity. For example, if there is a transaction, in front of the transaction, you see one debit, one red color round like this in SAP. This is applicable to SAP. Yeah? So like this, if you see a star kind of transaction, red color, this is an open item. When you see a star color, red color with star, that is an open item. Once you clear that, you know what will happen? The transaction will become green. That means the transaction is cleared from the system. So when you see red star, that is open. You are waiting for the corresponding entry. You got the corresponding entry. Before clearing, that corresponding entry will be showing again in the red color only. Before clearing, that corresponding entry also will be showing in this red color only. Once you match these two and clear them from the system by using F-44 or F-32 or F-03, depends on the type of GL account. By using that T code, if you clear them, these two reds will go and will become green. So as soon as you see any account with this red and green star marks starting the GL, you can consider them as open item managed account. Simple technique to identify whether it is open item or non-open item. How do you identify open item? You see a red color and green color stars before each transaction. So as soon as you see these red and green color stars, that is open item managed account. Then how do I identify non-open item managed? I'll tell you. For non-open item managed, you see only tick mark like this against each transaction. You don't see the star marks. Every transaction, before every transaction, you see this tick mark. These accounts will not allow you to clear the transaction from the system. The tick mark accounts, they don't allow you to clear, but star items, they allow you to clear. So how do I identify whether it is an open item or non-open item? The simple technique is, whenever you see these green and the red color stars in between the transactions posted in that particular account, that account is open item managed. Whenever you see the tick marks against each transaction posted in the GL account, those accounts are non-open item managed. What is the difficulty here? The difficulty is, suppose if the transactions have tick mark, system will not allow you to clear them. So I have 1000 debit and 1000 credit, 200 debit, 200 credit. I have 100 debit. Now, if I want to reconcile this account, in this tick mark related account, how many are matching? This 1000 is matching, this 200 is matching, but this 100 you don't have corresponding entry. So you need to do the follow-up for this 100, where there is no corresponding entry available. You need to do the follow-up. But how do I identify this is the only 100 available for me to do the follow-up, or open for me to follow up? If you have 4 or 5 transactions, you can easily identify which is matching, which are not matching. Because here, whatever I strike off, they are all matching. So you can take them off and identify, yeah, this 100 is not matching. So, sorry, there is no matching entry for this 100. Then I need to do the follow-up and get the corresponding entry. I can understand. But if there are thousands of transactions posted in this account, the corresponding entries are not going to be there next to each the initial transaction, right? It will be scattered. So you need to extract them into the Excel, identify the amounts matching amount wise and text wise, and you need to take some probability to clear them. It is very difficult, take my word. You cannot identify. You can identify, but only thing is it is very difficult for you to identify, and it involves a lot of manual work to identify these debit and credit transactions. Manually remove them by extracting into the Excel and identify those transactions which do not have corresponding entry and do the follow-up. Don't you think it is very difficult for you to identify open items there? That is the reason non-open item managed accounts reconciliation is going to be very tough. Whereas when it comes to open item managed account, for example, wherever you see red items here, they are open items. You can go to the T code. For example, if it is supplier account, go to F-44. You give that supplier account, company code and all the details. It will pick up all the open items. There itself you can see the matched items and you can check the boxes and submit. It will get cleared. And you will identify, you will be left with only those transactions which are yet to be awaiting for corresponding entries. Those items will be in red color. So it is very easy for you to identify which is open item when the account is open item managed. So it is very important for you to see whether this particular GL account is open item managed or non-open item managed. Next point. Once you identify this account is non-open item managed, you need to see whether that account is really need to be converted into open item managed or not. What is this? Why I need to really see whether it has to be converted into open item or not. For example, there are main bank account and clearing accounts. I'll explain what is main bank account and clearing account in my next video. For time being, let us understand there are main bank accounts and clearing accounts. For every main bank account, there will be a clearing account. Time being, let us understand like this. These main bank accounts doesn't require to be cleared because one leg will be there in main bank account and other leg will be in clearing account. Those entries I will explain in the next video. So this main bank account, you don't require to clear. The total number of transactions should match with my bank statement. Whatever balance is there in my bank statement, I just need to go and match the closing balance and I don't require to clear them. So main bank account can be retained as a non-open item managed. You don't require to convert them into open item. Whereas clearing account, the name itself says clearing account. Transactions posted in clearing account has to be cleared. So when there is a debit and credit, obviously you need to clear them. If the clearing account is not set as open item managed in the system, you need to take help from SAP support team, ask them to convert into open item managed. They will do that. They will convert that non-open item managed account to the open item managed. Then your life will be easy. You can identify those transactions which can be cleared, clear them, and identify those transactions which are yet to be, which are awaiting for corresponding entries. Identify those transactions and put them in reconciliation. It will be easy. So, which are those transactions can be retained as non-open item managed? Main bank account is one best example. You can continue to be as a non-open item. You don't require to convert them. AP control account, customer control account. These accounts can be continued as non-open item managed. You don't require to convert them because those accounts need not be cleared. But other accounts like supplier account, customer accounts, accrual accounts, any other GL accounts have to be in open item managed. By mistake, if any of those accounts are still in non-open item managed, it is your responsibility to go to SAP support team, ask them to convert them into non-open item managed. Once they convert, it will be easy for you to clear them from the system. Transactions can be cleared in the system. So, this open item managed, how to identify open item managed and non-open item managed accounts, I explained. What is the importance of clearing these open items? Because if you don't clear these open items, your reconciliation is going to be hectic, because you have to extract them into the Excel sheet, identify those matched items, remove them manually from the system, and figure out which are those items yet to be awaiting for corresponding entries, and do the follow-up, get the corresponding entry. Once you get the corresponding entry, again you can't clear them from the system. Next time when you are doing the reconciliation, again you need to extract that into the Excel sheet and again identify. It is going to be very, very hectic. So it is always better to identify. Once you know the GL accounts to be reconciled in trial balance, take the extract from trial balance, identify how many of those accounts are open item managed, how many of those accounts are non-open item managed. When you look at non-open item managed, see whether they still can be continued as non-open item managed, or they are supposed to be converted from non-open item managed to open item managed. If you think that some of those non-open item managed accounts to be converted to open item managed, you need to contact SAP team, ask them, boss, these accounts are supposed to be in open item managed, can you please convert and get me? Then they will do at the back end, they will convert that and give it to you, and you can start clearing the transactions in the account. This is the importance of open item and non-open item managed accounts. I hope the concept is clear. If you like the content, please like my video, subscribe to my channel, and share this video with your friends and colleagues. It will be definitely useful for them. It will be definitely a motivation for me as well, right? Thank you so much.